Hello and welcome to a special episode of Default Assault. I am your host, Demosthenes, and with me, as always, for one freaking year, is Mr. Kyle Nash. How's it going, Kyle?
I'll tell you what, I got a butt ton of money to collect for people saying that this shit wouldn't last that long. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's been a year. Wait, what's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Apparently, I have a lot of money to pay out because I never thought this shit would last that long.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, dear sir. I expect that large check in the mail. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right. But yes, thank you to everybody who's kept up with us for a year. Thank you to all the new fans and subscribers. And thank you to everybody that joined us for that Lion King episode. Today we're talking about the fact that we've been on for 1 year and it's been a little bit of a journey, and we want to share some of our favorite moments from this past year. A lot of these moments out of context, which makes them weird and funny in their own right. But before we dive into that, I want to share some of our thoughts from this ride. And first off, I have to say, I think that we should relabel the show as a musical because, by God, Kyle, you sing quite a bit on this show.
How could I get a song out of you? It's a Rain Man. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. Works all night and he drinks down. Anyways, go ahead. But how do you go from and to it's not the same. We are farmers.
You're a mean one.
No one wins like Gaston. That's what happens here. Oh my God! Fly like an eagle. Don't you will on the electric fence. So all I can say is you're welcome. You're welcome. Can I say except you're welcome? What can I say except you're welcome?
Yeah, I guess.
What can I say except you're welcome? Anyways,
I can think of a few things.
What can I say except you're welcome?
You're gonna turn this song into my Let It Go. I'm gonna go crazy every time I hear it. And yes, I go crazy whenever I hear the gosh darn song.
Can I say except? See, it's relevant now because I mentioned the ride earlier. You're welcome.
Son of a bitch. I think that we're gonna eventually have to pay royalties for as many times as you sing songs from Moana.
I never would have even sampled this movie if not for having a daughter. But golly, listen, it's obvious I enjoy the movie, no question. And if that's wrong, then apparently I have no business being right.
You know, for everybody who keeps thanking me for bringing Kyle's musical taste to the floor, all I can say is, you're welcome. I have to answer a question that I've been asked quite a few times, and it happens to revolve around a certain line that we say quite often on this show. And Kyle, what would that line be?
Demos, you're so wrong about Rogue One. Oh, no, wait. Hickatus, fickatus, motherfucker.
And my reaction to you saying I am so wrong about Rogue One is hickatus, fickatus, motherfucker. What you talking about?
Hey, listen, man. John McClane had Yippee-Ki-Yay. We have hickatus, fickatus. I think it's highly appropriate.
I still want to see John McClane say hickatus, fickatus, motherfucker in the next Die Hard film, if not for the fact that I do not want to see a next Die Hard film. Okay, so what is the origin? Where the heck did this come from? And no, we are not, emphatic Sword in the Stone fanboys. You know what? I take it back. I like that film. That's a damn good film. But it actually goes back to our summer preview episode where Kyle was enlightening me on a awesome television show called Camelot.
And I don't know if you ever saw the Star series Camelot.
I have heard of it. I never had a chance to see it.
It isn't particularly change your life awesome, but there's some damn fine moments in it. And one of them is the fact that they managed to open the show. Arthur is obviously young. He's not quite a bitch, but he's kind of one. And Merlin is like, no, you need to stop that. Like, it's the kind of thing where there's one thing in particular where he catches wind. I won't spoil it, but he catches wind of something, and Arthur walks by him through a doorway, and he knocks to kind of get his attention as he walks by. Arthur turns his head, and Merlin punches him right in the face. Right in the face! Like, I literally shouted that when that happened. Not that I have a propensity to do that sort of thing.
Oh, but, Jesus, that's a long way from Sword in the Stone. Higginus, figginus, motherfucker! So...
That just happened. That really just happened. What do I do with that? I'm a German. You just caught me.
And ever since then, well, we just can't shake it. Mostly Kyle can't shake it.
I mean, it's an amazing line, and I haven't woven it into my day-to-day life yet because, I don't know if I want to shout that sort of thing when I'm on the clock or in front of my 3-year-old. But listen... I can't put it better than John McClane has Yippee-ki-yay, Roy Rogers said Yippee-ki-yay. Comic book heroes out there somewhere have Shazam, whatever. We got Higginus Figginus now. I'm throwing it out.
I'll take it. And if you want to use it in your everyday life, just subscribe first. And then do as you please. But yeah, without further ado, let's share some of these crazy moments and enjoy the differences in my crazy haircuts and sound quality. We have come a long way. Enjoy.
It's a good thing I have the student of the game moniker because I'm Demosthenes and this is Cal. It's just really kind of boring.
So Default Assault really just exists to give Kyle Nash a cinematic education.
This.
You're doing a good job.
Exactly. This is Demos's way of trying to make me an actual credible co-host. I'm just saying.
This isn't a show about speculation, Kyle. This is a show about facts before we speculate. Any film that's able to get away with a single scene having A, conolingus, and B, Jamaican pest control, that's an achievement. Go on, would you like a Tokyo edition of Default Assault? I think that sounds pretty cool.
Anyhow, yeah, I'd be down with that.
You even speak the language. There we go.
Chinese. Wait, never mind. I'm wrong. Konnichiwa.
There There are a lot of great Disney movies that just would not translate into a good ride. Let's just face it. Nobody's going to go on Old Yeller the ride. I don't even want to imagine what Old Yeller the ride is. And if anybody's...
I would have a more controversial ending than Toad's Wild Ride, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, right? Especially if it was interactive, like the Buzz Lightyear ride.
Boo!
And you know what? As much as I think that Bambi is probably one of Disney's greatest achievements, we already pretty much have a Bambi ride. It's the Frontierland Shooting Arcade. We're fine.
Boo! Boo!
How do you feel about the Alien series? Tell us about your thoughts, your history with this series.
History with it? I mean, it's not like we dated in high school. That would be kind of awkward. No,
About the face hugging and all that, it reminds me a lot of high school. What are you talking about?
That was a fantastic joke.
The Adventures of Pinocchio.
Hercules, like Mickey Mouse, has survived for thousands of years.
Okay, hold up. You woke up this morning. You didn't think you would ever utter the phrase Hercules, like Mickey Mouse, ever in your life. I use comparisons between Mickey and Hercules all the time, said no one ever. Okay? Can you imagine a Bond villain that takes DNA from amber buried in the earth and then clones dinosaurs, and then James Bond has to fight those mothers? Oh my God. Oh. You are watching a motion picture, okay, where they stop for an intermission. You know it's long, all right? I'm just going to throw that out there, okay? Let's get dangerous. Our situation has not improved. Damn, I thought that was Gozer. Pat, you know. Not me, Harry. Not Hermione. You. Take it all, punk. G-I-Z-M-O Gizmoduck. I only watch my movies until I'm satisfied. I have enough room for my fist because I'm going to put it and break your goddamn spine. It'd be great. Well, excuse me. Hi, guys. I'm Rick. This is my gin joint.
Sushi. That's what my wife called me. Cold fish.
I know him from work. Pistachio or Tersmashio or Dishmurshmishmer. I'll take over. Okay. When I reach into my heart and I tell you that learning that The Godfather was such a fantastic movie, having seen it for the first time in 2017, that is something I definitely learned in 2017. This goes back to the days where they had gopher and stuff in the blustery day. And Gotham! I made my family disappear.
Where's my Robin?
Oh, Demos, I'm proud of you. That was good. I know. And I said I wanted to make you part of my underworld. But digging holes underneath the ground is kind of ridiculous. Why on earth would I want to play Batman? I'm not savvy. Great Scott! You're saying he came back to the future? This is heavy. Listen, I can't tell the future that well, okay? I'm in jail for that. Bones. Higgitus. Motherfucker.
Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a motherfucker.
Isn't it a little cruel to have somebody as short as Tom Cruise play somebody with the word reach in the name? I'm just wondering.
I think the title's just being honest. You know, it's like Jack Reacher.
You know, you mentioned the purple pimpernel to most kids nowadays. They'll be like, "Who's his bottom bitch?" But I digress.
Her name is Violet.
Damn, well played, Demos. And no, before you make the joke, I am not suggesting a threesome with you, Esmeralda, and Sergeant Calhoun. Settle down.
I don't care if you're the one not suggesting it. I'm totally down with it.
Woke up this morning, there was salt on the toilet lid. Thank God I didn't eat the worm in there, I tell you that.
Tell you what, Demos, you could wrap the lasso of truth around me and it'll still be the same. I am stoked to do tonight's show. I'm ready to go to work. Here on the Default Assault, let's make it happen, man.
Yeah, I'm not tying you up. This isn't that kind of show. Although, you know, there may be an audience for that, but I'm not a willing participant.
I'm worth the commute, but anyways, go on.
We'll be prepared. For what?
For the death of the king.
Ah, is he sick?
You know what? It. Yep, that's how you do it.
Editing magic. You did not have to wait for him to go get his beer.
I spent thousands of dollars at college just for that. In fact, I learned quite a bit about beer in college.
It's a trap! Basil Rathbone.
Rathbone.
And Basil Rathbone. It's not Basil Rathbone kind of stuff,
Rathbone.
Right? Damn it!
you have to think it's the dirtier version of what I'm thinking.
Right. It's not Basil Rathbone like
Bone.
That Basil Rathbone identity is something that we known for sword fighting. You set me up there, Demos. That's your fault.
The original name of the play was Everybody Goes to Rick's. And they changed it to Casablanca to sound more exotic. I think it was a smart move.
I'm inclined to agree. Because, see, here's the thing. That would completely ruin in all the gin joints, in all the world, she ends up in mine. Of course she did. Everybody goes to Rick's, asshole. I mean, so that would be his fault. Higgitus, figgitus, motherfucker. Winners here. Yeah, winning, motherfuckers. Yeah. Yondu going apeshit in the spaceship and his victims raining from the sky within this large spaceship. Would it have been too on the nose, to use your phrase, to go with It's Raining Men to be playing in the background?
Well, you just found the one way to just completely decimate that scene. Thanks. So Halloween Town is culturally appropriating Christmas Town.
No, that's...
It's not like Luke, raised a battle-hungry army of porgs to go after the Empire.
That'd be interesting, though. Can you imagine a group of them taking down an AT-AT? Hell yeah. I said AT-AT. Deal with it, nerds. Fat doesn't count as maimed. Look at me. I'd be a maimed mother. This is how I know you're good at your job, Demos. You're talking about a reanimated head performing on a chick in a movie, but you're like, that music.
Golden eye, I found his weakness. Golden eye, he'll do what I please. Golden eye, no time for sweetness, but a bitter kiss will bring him to his knees.
I'm pretty sure that if somehow Demos could have sex with the Raiders March, he would. And I wouldn't blame him.
But it does have a natural climax to it.
I mean, I'm trying to tell you, Giggity.
He's looking at you, kid.
Folks, understand what you're witnessing here. Like, we've had deep racial conversations on this show by covering Gone with the Wind. But at the end of the day, what kills us is damn Dr. Seuss. Really?
Oh. Green Lives Matter. Some Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Let's bring him back.
Oh, Christ. JTT. There we go. Who was the star of his own crappy Christmas movie.
Trash movie.
I'll kill him.
I'm not dissing on Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I do not want that kind of fan backlash because I'd be terrified of what that would look like. North by Northwest is a public service announcement. If somebody gets stabbed to death in front of you, don't grab the knife. Thank you, Mr. Hitchcock. And then pose for it for the press. I mean,
I'm going to say any movie that has a bouncing ball scene and a song in it is not going to be required.
I don't remember that scene in The Godfather, but it would have been appreciated for all the translations.
Oh, God.
That's why it is required reading. It doesn't have the bouncing ball. You could have Jigglypuff from Pokemon be the theme of the ride, and the roller coaster is still going to be, okay. No idea why I went Jigglypuff there, but you get.
Well, that would be the most badass name for that ride ever. If Universal, if you lose the rights to Marvel Land, go for Jigglypuff.
Orphan Andy, what the shit is this?
He needed to dumble more.
His problem is he's trying to be Gamdoff. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I gotta hate Jen.
How can I keep up with these puns? I'm gonna have to brainstorm.
I think you just uncovered an untapped genre here, the Civil War rom-com. The side quest with Finn and the new character Rose to that casino planet. I can't remember its name. I'm just going to call it Canto Crap. They go to Canto Crap.
Can we call it Royale?
No, because that's a much better movie, and I'm not gonna disparage the name of Casino Royale with freaking Canto Crap. This is a Disney film that basically features Tim the Toolman Taylor murdering Santa Claus, putting on the suit, and then going throughout a film where it's a family version of The Fly as he slowly starts transforming into...
Kidding me. That's what you come up with.
I mean, it's...
Hot takes, baby. Hot takes.
Do they sound better when you're drinking a banana daiquiri?
I would assume so.
Would a man that epic drink a banana? Do you see that beard? He's not drinking a banana daiquiri. What's wrong? Whoville is one that is the strangest of places, where people rub their dogs by the ends of their anuses.
Under the sea, nobody beat us, fry us, and eat us in fricassee.
Higgitus, motherfucker.
Jurassic World, Life finds a way to just keep kicking you in the fucking crotch.
Life finds a way, Demos. Pure, I'm a mouse.
Josh, what you're telling me is when you listen to the songs from the Mushroom Kingdom, you don't want to beat someone up, you know?
Not generally.
Yes, I would love to see Darkwing Duck on Game of Thrones.
What happened? Because he would just whoop up on everybody already. Like Jaime Lannister would be screwed battling Darkwing Duck.
Jackass.
This might be the first time in human history that somebody's compared The Hangover to The Godfather. So make sure to tune in next week when we compare the bench warmers to Sophie's Choice. It's going to be a tremendous show.
That's proof this show is ad-libbed, man. No one else would have come up with that.
Things I never thought would come up during a Gone with the Wind conversation. 300 and women on cars eating hamburgers. You've made my evening, gentlemen.
This is blasphemy. This is madness.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
God damn, I never thought that our conversation about Christmas Story would end up with people talking about garbage plates, being wet, and racism. So, like, we've run the gamut.
It's funny that the first time you hear "bwong," it's when the Sony logo pops up at the beginning of the damn movie.
Trebonius, I know this very sounds. What know you, sir? Bwong.
What light? Through yonder window breaks. It is a bwong. Yeah.
It's him.
Do you suddenly feel like you're at an auto mechanic shop trying to like imitate a sound that your car is making?
One of these days, I may have to do an entire episode about how much I hate Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
Oh.
And that's going to be the coda. That's going to be that explains exactly how I feel about the movie. Demos, how do you feel about Pirates of the Caribbean 5? Usually followed by a gunshot and a scream, but nevertheless.
Wait, no.
Exactly. That's Pirates of the Caribbean 5 in a symphonic nutshell.
From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes. They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They did the monster mash.
What are you looking forward to over the next year?
listen, man, this show has gone to spaces and explored things that I didn't think we would. They may not have been some of our biggest view getters, but there's a few things where we went over sound in movies. We examined that in a way that I thought was amazing. You're gonna have one of your best clips in here on the year be from one of those sound episodes. I think it's gonna be great. The time we spent at Game of Thrones only proves that when they drop the final season in 2019, we are damn sure gonna have some fine hilarity by default to bring you for that there too, in the form of the Default Assault taking on that final season.
Do you think they'll take our advice and put Darkwing Duck in it?
One can only hope. There's Darkwing Duck in it already. His name's Jon frickin' Snow. Let's get dangerous. Yeah. Well, no, and just all the different directions that we've begun to go. We've started to dive into video games as well, and I'm really looking to peel back that onion. And listen, more than anything else, the guests on our show have been pristine. Sure, we've only had a handful of people so far, but Tokeo, Jamison, Juneau, and Josh from Glitch coming aboard doing their thing were all an excellent time. Not just for me, but I'm sure everybody had the opportunity to get something out of it. And if you didn't, hashtag you problem. I had a great time.
Agreed. I can tell you one thing that's coming up in the future. Next week, we'll be joining with one of those special guests again, Miss Juneau. We'll be talking about the best Magic Kingdom Disney World rides. In fact, it's going to be a Magic Kingdom elimination game in honor of March Madness. This will be the literal bridging of the gap between sports fans and nerd culture.
No, wait, that's my job.
Well, please tune in next week. And once again, thanks for joining us. Let people know about us. Like, subscribe, and let us know what kind of topics would you like to see us cover in the future. Kyle, where can we find you?
Of course, you can find me on Twitter at the SOTG. I am, in fact, Kyle Nash, the student of the game. You can find me on Facebook as the student of the game as well. And look out for the first installment has been released of the Sports Fans Guide to Nerd Culture. Make sure you check that out on either hilaritybydefault.com or ngscsports.com. Life is hilarious by default, and this series is proving it up front, and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Well, make sure to check that out on ngscsports.com or hilaritybydefault.com, where you can find weekly movie reviews, other fun stuff. Find me on Twitter at Default Hilarity, on Facebook, Hilarity by Default, and in the wise words of Mr. Kyle Nash, life is hilarious by default.
Well, I thought you were going to say Higgins Figgins mother, but that works too.
Those are far, far wiser words.